on landing, luck later.
So we're just looking for a spike and hopefully straight out the other side of the book. If we're not, we've got to get out quick.
Again, Black Kraken
We have to take a loss here. We take a loss. It's not a big
keeps
issue.
calling, moving up to track the leading pair.
And I think we might have to here.
Racing.
Just looking for the right opportunity. I'm going to load down to see if I can get a
so to the only other flight on the far
trade on
side. And this is going to
if
be
I can't,
four
I'll
out.
try and get out for a smaller loss as possible.
They land a couple clear over, keeps
Might
calling. Black Kraken untidy, loses another
so,
position.
Yeah, we took the loss.
Kyrian is chased along to go fourth.
If you can't do that, you'll never be a good trader.
Beginning to make a little headway. Black Kraken really is making hard work of this as they make the descent from the back straight on the long run to 3 out. High change in front as now Luck Later.
I'm out of here, man.
So we've still got opportunities here.
On the inner is a very close third.
Don't panic.
I'll
try to cancel that off before we
taken fourth, and then
Imperial
and Black Kraken. And a high change
and again, I might
string the field out a little as they head inside the last half mark.
Oh, we squared off. We're not quite
squared off. With an advantage of a couple of lengths over, keeps calling. Melina Ocarina with the red cap bustled up.
And we're squared off for a pound
Luck Later's weakening away.
And we're getting late on the race.
With a spring-heeled
Melina
Ocarina now giving chase. Keep calling untidy, relegated to third.
Now look what I did there. I took the loss. I've turned it into a profit. And the reason I turned it into a profit is because I wasn't shy about the loss. I took it, you know, I could see where I was in the race time. So I had a little bit of time before the price could come crashing in. And you can see, I mean, I didn't know at that stage in the race whether the price was going to come in more, whether the horse was going to go on to win. You could blow your bank if it did. So make sure you take your losses like quickly. So even just letting it, you know, gambling one time can blow your bank. You've got to take them small losses when you can. What is 70, 80p in the grand scheme of things? You'll make it back. So, yeah, we would have made £2 there if I hadn't had that first
market suspended.
So what it is. Anyway, next race.
Up on the outside now to show in second spot. Then we have Persia. Wouldn't you agree?
So I'm looking just for a spike.
In fourth now on the outside.
So I'm way above, well below the price at the moment, and I'm just above that for sake point, which gives me more. More value for money, if you like.
And then a few lengths to
if you look at the other prices going on, there isn't much else worth looking at. This odds on favourites controlling too much
to pass the winning post. Completes a circuit of the track ahead of them, and Elite Charbonnier has made most of this point. Still holds sway by about a length to Statuaire, with Persia on the inside, about 3 lengths then to Wouldn't You Agree.
So we really need a spike. You've got to be careful you've got these odds on, because if this odds on favourite was
in between horses as they go over the next,
will get pulled up, then the horse I'm trading is going to be some of the odds on, and I'm going to lose a lot of money very quickly.
Tornado.
So always be careful with
into a left-hand turn now, and about to swing across to flight number 6 of the 10.
I'm going to put that up.
Elite Charbonnier from in second
we are
position,
looking for
the
a spike, so
Statuaire.
if it spikes in, it should spike back out.
Dan Patrick last time. Persia
massive. If I don't get matched, it doesn't matter, does it? You know?
In fourth by Staging Post, who's just taken
look at that. There's a spike straight away. In, out, shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey.
I've done it all. And Blazing Tornado.
Shame we didn't get matched for a lot. So that's a quick £1.70.
Continuing their journey down the back, they've got 4 flights.
Now you can see there's nothing sitting below me, so I might as well get that crossover. It's only 12 there, so why not?
Elite Charbonnier from Statuaire and Persia, with just in behind these Dahoda Kuig, who's flanked by Staging Post.
If the price starts creeping in, we get out. It's creeping in, so I'm out.
Although
there wasn't a lot of money there, it still was. I would have got matched, I would have made quite a nice, healthy profit there, but the way it goes sometimes.
And up on the outside, Wouldn't You Agree? Couple of lengths then to I've Done It All. About to make the downhill run for the final time. They've got just 2 flights of hurdles left to take. Good long run before they get to the first of them in the straight. And Elite Charbonnier still the leader, but possibly only on sufferance, because Statuaire is travelling very powerfully up on the outside.
Here, man.
Foley. Persia just in behind them in third. Wouldn't You Agree is on the move. And then Staging Post, Dahoda Kuig is struggling to go with them. And they've cleared away from the others. About to swing in then with 2 flights left to take. Statuaire has gone to the front. Elite Charbonnier quickly giving way as Wouldn't You Agree goes in pursuit of the leader. Then Persia and Staging Post as they come on towards the second last flight. Statuaire is over. From Wouldn't You Agree, there's about a length and a half between them.
Now we're in the danger zone, so we cancel off anyway. It's £1.67. We'll move straight on to the next race. Royal Ascot, this is a shorter race, bigger stakes, got to be in there quick because it is a short race. So using the race time, I'll probably only go up to this line, possibly that line.
Oakley.
Too dangerous. So, just waiting for an opportunity. The market's quite buttered up at the moment. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of money sitting up here, look, which is going to hold the market back on the lay side. So that 90 quid's not being matched really, so the fill rate's not as good as what you would expect on most years. COVID-19 for you though, you know. So just chuck a few bit of cash in there. Right, going to reset my ladders. Got money coming in here. Getting matched slowly. Look at these white numbers. That's your fill rate. They're all small amounts of money.
A race he's won 7 times. Mark Johnston's won it 7 times as well. His Dancing King is towards the back of the field.
You look at the quality compared to the last race. Look up there, that's been turned over so far. It's not a huge amount, to be fair. It's only a Group 2 rather than a Group 1 race, I suppose, but still. I'm going to drop that down.
In front, followed by Golden Flame in second position, Kamari, and then Recovery Run on the outside of.
I've got to remember I'm managing with Macari if the ladders change. But yeah, they're a bit buttered up at the moment. They're not moving around enough, and you'll often find this when there's high liquidity. So you really do need to find like a nice race where there's a balance if you're using this kind of strategy. I am tempted to go in here, and there's a reason. I'm too slow, unfortunately. Because there's a lot of money buttered up there, you see, to get out against if it should go through me.
2018 winner Kew Gardens. Taipan is next.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cancel that off.
Arturo Toscanini with Dancing King, Dirham Emirati, Stoll, and Benno still the back markers as they're running towards the 4 furlong marker. The field separated by about 10 lengths as they're shortly going to turn for home with Law of the Sea continuing to lead here.
Got money on Kamari here.
I'm out of here, man.
I want a few more ticks. Possible.
Ryan Moore is scrubbing away in 5th. On Wordsworth at the moment, then Ruling and Pied Piper switching to the outside. Taipan is trying to stay on with.
And we're straight out.
Law of the Sea in front here.
You see how quickly I'm in and out of the market. Now that horse can come on and win. Because I've got my timing right, it doesn't matter. It's looking the favourite Kamari now.
I'm out of here, man.
It's going to get slightly less if it does win, but it doesn't matter. And there you go, look. So just to show you that.
Sucker.
Oh, well, actually, we'll get £4.10. What's this, 4.9 now? Not sure. Anyway, we'll get 4.9 or 4.10. 4.9 by the looks of it. We have literally just laid the winner off it, doing it at the right time, getting in and out of the market extremely quickly, within a couple of seconds. Made 4 quid. There's a lot of cash coming in there. Why is that coming in there? Is that just some mad gambler? Maybe a football player that wants to spunk all his cash he's made because he's not playing in the Euros? God knows. You know, not many people put 700 quid on a horse unless they're nuts. Right, it's jumping around so much, I'm going to go for even more ticks now. We're getting a bit later on. But got to bear in mind, the more ticks you go for, the harder it is to get out.
I'm out of here, man.
Watching these numbers here, constantly watching these numbers. If that starts to disappear, I need to get out. We're out straight away. We can do that one more time. We're all right. We just need to get matched up on the other side of the book. And that is done. So this is just another little filling race for me, today on Royal Ascot Day 2. It's another Irish race at Wexford. Look at the markets. They're all over the place. I'm not even sure if I'll get involved. Look at that. They're bumping around like a nutter. I'm only using small stakes for this. 4 tick offset. I might increase that if the market's moving around. You always want to make your profit somewhere near, you know, better than your risk, if that makes sense. So the higher the risk, the more profit you want, essentially. So that in the long run you make a continuous profit. But look at this runner here. There's no money there. So if I laid that at 10s, it would only take a few hundred quid to bring that price right the way down here, and I'd be looking at a huge loss. So you got to understand that that's just too dangerous to trade. It's just far too dangerous. I'll see if I can see an opportunity coming up, but I'm not certainly going to be in a rush to get my money in this market. I can assure you that.
Arrears. It's steer clear from Wolf of All Streets as they go over this next fence. Blunder from Wolf of All Streets there. He's now pressed for second by Flirting Lisa. Ingleby Mackenzie in the centre with Email Rose.
Cancelling that
Batsy
off,
on
don't
against
like
the Royal
that
Great
money there,
Cat. They're
no
followed by
below.
Zarka Raven.
Bigger
There's
than
about
the,
6
even
to
though I
7
would have made
lengths
a
back to
profit
Swat Cowboy.
there, you see that bounce around.
Further forward to Smith's Corner as they set off on their final circuit and jumped the fence.
I mean, we're not
away
here to
from the
gamble,
stands,
bear in
but
mind.
again, it was steer clear and Aidan Kelly showing the way.
So even
second
£7 could be hard to get out,
Great
you see.
Can now
So
on the inside coming through. Further
0,
for
4,
Wolf of All
8,
Streets.
12. What happens if that money goes right and get
Email
matched?
Rose at this stage. And
Got to bear in mind, there's a 2-second delay when you're placing in play trade.
By Ingleby
And when you hit the
Mackenzie,
button to when it actually enters the market.
Lisa with further
If
back
that
in the
starts
field.
creeping, we're out. I've got my finger
Zarka
over that
Raver
exit.
as
Cancel
they
as
go
quick
over
as I
the leader wasn't all that fluent, but once again they all get over it okay. So continuing on their journey to the back straight once again and on towards their starting point. It looks like they're going to be missing out this next fence with Simon Torrance still being attended to. Steer Clear is the leader.
I mean, if you've seen my other races, you'll see how often I make a profit from laying the winner.
Shares third with
Let it go wrong, you can really screw up, you know.
Winner. Length and a half to Zarka Raver, then Swat Cowboy, Flirting Lisa, and Wolf of All Streets as they.
So we're out straight away and see if we can get a bit more out of this, because we've got a bigger tick-off set.
Steer Clear from Great
I'm out of here, man.
Email Rose Batsio.
We've got a little bit of time left in this race,
on now
but
to the
not
third
too
lap.
much.
Steer Clear has made much of the running to this point. A slight error in second there from Great Can.
Bring that
they're
down.
Followed on the downhill run by Batsio, with Email Rose now being driven along. Zarka Raver is taking closer order, and a stumble on the bend there from Batsio. Great Can was impeded, so a very eventful contest.
I'm out of here, man.
Downhill run well inside the final 3 furlongs now. 2 fences left to take. Batsio, despite that little mishap, has got to the front here for Shane O'Callaghan. Long-time leader Steer Clear is giving way. Zarka Raver's moving to second. Ingleby Mackenzie goes
and we're
third.
Out. And that is it, you're done. Did you hear my race timer? See how much that jumped around. If you look at that runner, I don't think it traded much below me. I could have probably got a lot more tips than that actually, and probably made a 10 on that race. But you've just got to bear in mind, if you're trading these things, they're so dangerous. And if you're not really used to doing it, and if you're like not been trading long, just don't trade them. Just don't. Get your practice on the easier races first and build up to these at a later date, because I swear, I promise you, you will lose money on these, and these are the ones that will cane your bank if you're not used to them and you're not extremely experienced.
Market suspended.
They're so dangerous, you know. I'm not even sure whether I should have traded that. Just because I made £4.64 or whatever it was, £4.63, it doesn't mean I did the right thing. And you've always got to remember that. You know, doing the right thing is a continuous thing you've got to do every day and not just in one match. Group 2 race,
William Buick up there with
Royal
Ascot,
Ascot, only 1 mile.
Jacket, Lady Bowthorpe away, okay, the mainly purple jacket just in midfield, Valeria Messalina the near side, followed by Champers Elise, the black and yellow stripes. Over on the far side, Furart, along with Lavender's Blue, the grey and black checks, Queen Power, Indie Angel, and Agincourt, the back 3, and just in front of those, Hayley Taylor, and last year's Sandra
money
winner,
coming
Ben
in at the moment,
as it is. Parents' Prayer and Postage,
just waiting for the opportunity. The opportunity might be here, and I'm going to have
first
quick
3 furlongs.
whether it goes right or wrong.
Parents' Prayer attempting to make all with Posted.
So all potential going here, but there's too much money sitting up there. And you see that 318's been there for a while, not even been touched. So why do I want to get involved?
Strong travelling Onassis, and then Champers Elise and Ben Cohen. Queen Power just getting to work now to Sousa, asking her to get a bit closer. The blue and white with Furart, Lavender's Blue, Indie Angel and Agincourt. Last year's runner still at the back 3 as they run down towards the 2. And now Lady Bowthorpe is asked to try and mount a challenge. Onassis going well following. Parents' Prayer backing out of it. Double or Bubble is trying very hard. Lavender's Blue, the far side, getting into it.
I'm out of here, man.
Near side running home strongly for Dettori. Up for grabs, Lady Bowthorpe.
And we're out. How much can we cash out for?
Angel, the near side over in the centre is Lady Bowthorpe. Champers Elise chasing hard with Queen Power.
But you can see
Frankie in front here, and Indie Angel has taken the Duke of Cambridge.
I'm going to be honest.
Suspended.
I'm going to be honest, I cocked that trade up a little bit. I didn't get that right. I went in a little bit too late and it was a little bit too dodgy. I shouldn't have really done that. I should have left it alone. But unfortunately, when you're a trader, sometimes you just like making money and you take a few extra risks. I'm not proud of that trade whatsoever. But we did make £3.26 and we'll move on to the next race.
In play.
Okay, so another little filling race at Utah. Again, the liquidity. Look how before that running result.
There's
hardly any money there. A few £100 could knock that price right in.
Faint hope in the
If you look, there's if you understand how the book works, you can see where there's 3%. That could easily come in loads. That can affect the other prices. There's a bit of slack in the book, what they call it. So you've got to be careful. Waiting for an opportunity, in and out.
Jimmy the Digger. Races from the front.
Stakes are just 350. I'm just waiting for an opportunity. I say this all the time, but it's so important. If you want to be a successful trader, selecting the right race that suits your strategy, race selection is key, and waiting for the right moment to get in and out is key as well. If you start pulling the trigger like John Wayne at a shootout, you're going to lose your money very, very quickly. It's not what we do. You're more like a sniper, if that makes sense. Pull the trigger, one shot, get it right, don't mess up. So, you know, I haven't even got my hands on the mouse or the keyboard at the moment. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even doing anything. I'm just watching the markets. I'm looking on that ladder selector up there as well, the other prices in. Now, I can tell you, I'm not really interested in this ambition, but the problem is, that might be where the money is. So let's have a look at Voodoo Doll. So again, not a lot of money, a bit of money on the backside, it's probably quite even. According to that, there's more money. Let's flip it around. But you can see, I wouldn't put too much trust in this, but that gives you a percentage of where the money is. So apparently there is more money on the lay side where it counts, but we'll see. Going to reset the ladders, still waiting for an opportunity, in and out quick. I don't care if I make £1, that'll do me. I'm not doing anything else, do you know what I mean? Just sitting there watching Friends and having a nice afternoon by myself, a couple of beers, making a few quid, will I do it? Don't recommend you drink beers while you're trading, by the way. Don't be like me. Bear in mind, I've got 12 years experience.
Closest to him, into this left-hander.
So, again, just waiting. So there's money queuing up down on this backside here for this one. But if you look at it, it's all very small amounts of money, so they could shoot out in a second. If you're a backer, I wouldn't fancy backing that right there. As a trader, anyway. You might do if you're a gambler, but, you know. So again, I'm just still waiting. And like I say, sometimes it's best to just sit on your hands and do nothing. So I'm looking at the Racetimer. So I've got visual alerts, which you can colour code to whatever you want and set these to however you want. You don't have to set it up how I have. And then I've also got audio alerts, which you can put whatever audio files you want in. I've got them Simpson sounds in here, that's what that is. So I could have been sent to going 4 there, but had I done, see the price gone through me. And the reason I didn't is because building up. I could be tempted to get him down here at 3s, where the price contract much more than that. I'm tempted. Now we're getting towards that time of the race where hopefully we'll make some money, but if we don't, we need to get out quick. So there's 212 quid there. As long as that's sitting there, hopefully if it goes through me, I can get out against it. We're done, and now we just need to close off.
I'm out of here, man.
Just looking at this yard boy on this race. This is one of my bigger trades I've done a research on. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking to trade him, or lay him at very low odds. Where's my stake gone? Oh, it's gone up off the market. Sorry, I've reset the ladders. I'm looking to lay him low for 70 quid with 100 tick offset, which is quite crazy. In the hope that will get matched up and he'll do what he's done in other races, trade in low and not win. So, yeah. I always get a bit nervous with these, but these are the ones that really pay the big money. Do you know what I mean? So, let's see what happens.
Back then to Goodbye Someday in Yaboya. And a further 8-9 lengths to Sky Marshall, and hopefully...
In the meantime, I can always look at making money elsewhere in the race as well, don't forget.
And gone there, Goodbye Someday, hit it very hard and has unseated the ride. Making the way on to the next, Star Max from Cavalry Master. Turnpike Trip up on the outside. Now, your boy racing
Price
in
is starting to come
isolation.
in already, as we
Back
expected.
in 4th position. Owen Walsh is
He's
walking
up there,
away
look.
from his fall, and Goodbye Someday galloping away riderless. Racing downhill now then.
So if it goes through us, we've got to get out very
the first of the two in the straight, and it's
hopefully against that money there.
Cavalry Master the grey on his outside, and then Turnpike Trip, who's just maybe a length off the leading duo now in 3rd. 6 lengths back to Yaboya, and a further 7 or 8 to Sky Marshall. And
we'll see. I don't know if I'm being a bit greedy going on this low, but he has traded that way before. He's been a 103 loser as well.
In the straight, number 5 in all.
Long way to go as
yet. The inside, ridden into this one, got over it okay from Cavalry Master. Turnpike Trip has now dropped about 3 lengths off them in 3rd. Yaboya takes closer order as they come on to the fence. Will be the last in a circuit's time. And little change.
There's other people looking like they're trying to do the same thing as well, so I might have to bring that money up just to get in front of that. There's a spike.
At strides, about 6 clear now from Turnpike Trip, who's only about a length and a half in front of Yaboya. Sky Marshall has just moved a little bit closer now, back in 5th place as they take that next fence, going out on their final circuit. Hopefully is getting remote.
A couple of quid there so far, anyway.
Go into this left-hand turn, racing on now to the final 7 furlongs, and they've got 5 fences and all left to take in this visit Wexford.ie novice chase.
Because there's no money there, I might bring that down a couple
Master. They've been going at it from
the
start, but only about 2.5 lengths clear over this one from Turnpike Trip and Yaboya, who's a little bit sticky. Then about 7 or 8 lengths back to Sky Marshall, and they're clear of Hopefully. So heading off to the back for the final time. Fair run before they get to the next, which will be 4 from home. Star Max.
I'm out of here, man.
Turnpike Trip is moving up again now on their outside. Just in behind these is your
There's more money coming around me. Maybe other people are thinking about the same thing as me. 140 probably, because that's going to get in my way. That 70 there certainly is.
Star Max, Cavalry Master, Turnpike Trip and Yaboya, who pecked on landing there and lost a couple of lengths as a result. Quickly on to 3 from the finish. Star Max ridden into that one and jumped it better than Cavalry Master. Turnpike Trip is still in 3rd, and then a few lengths to Yaboya, who's now being...
I'm out of here, man.
And these 4 surely have it between them, clear of Sky Marshall. On the descent for the final time then.
So well today.
And they're racing on now to the final 3 furlongs. It's Star Max, who still just about has the edge, to Cavalry Master, with Turnpike Trip renewing his effort up on the outside, and Yaboya is still in touch in 4th as they approach the turn in. 2 fences left to take. Star Max, Cavalry Master, Turnpike Trip and Yaboya all to play for then as they prepare to level up. And now the whip is out on Star Max, likewise Cavalry Master. Turnpike Trip and Yaboya with every chance just in behind as they come down to the second last. Star Max from Cavalry Master, Turnpike Trip and Yaboya. They're on the run down to the 12th and final fence. Turnpike Trip tried to raise an effort on the near side, but it's still Cavalry Master and Star Max. Star Max just in front from Cavalry Master and Turnpike Trip as they race inside the final half furlong. Star Max, Cavalry Master possibly just in front now. There's very little in it as they race close home. What a battle it's been, and it's won by Cavalry Master from Star Max in
suspended.
2nd. Back in 3rd, Turnpike Trip, and then Yaboya. Sky Marshall just coming on now.
That's 20 quid anyway.
Fine hat-trick for Cavalry Master.
Next race. Obviously, yeah, boy.
Yeah, it's a really game performance by Cavalry Master. He and Star Max had been toe-to-toe for most of the race. From flagfall, really, they set a really fast pace early on.
Look at that. My money was there. I was just too greedy. If I had just been a few tips higher, I'd have made that money. I could have had that 75 or up to somewhere.
Star Max, Turnpike Trip.
Never mind.
He ran
5th, and they're both in touch, and they've got 1 more circuit to go and a further 8 to jump.
Could be tempted
to... was made all to this point. I just know in 2nd a high cancel in 3rd, and all that's really happened so far.
Now, only putting that in there to get ahead of the queue.
Pushed along, and they've exchanged places at the back of their field. Sizing Cusimano to the 13th. From I just know that high cancel. Almanar, Stop the World a little detached now. Gets a reminder. The pace unrelenting as they go on to the 14th Stop the World stopping.
That's quite high liability, so we need to be matched on both sides of the book, especially as there's not a lot of money.
I'm out of here, man.
We've got to cancel it off damn quick. You can see it's jumping like a nut at the moment. Looks like its favourite's probably won, or probably the market thinks the horse is probably won. Doesn't mean it will. But hopefully this will just dip in slightly and pick me up, match me on the other side of the book, and we're out for a nice little profit.
There. Almanar wasn't so quick through the air as his three rivals, and he's pushed along once more.
Get a bit greedy. I'm
crest the rise and head towards 5 out, with 3/4 of a mile to travel.
Nearly picked me up.
I just know with the pink cap, High Council has travelled kindly.
Bit more money on the lay side, so I'm
red and white silks for Alex Thorne. Almanar in touch.
Nearly picking us up.
I'm out of here, man.
Sizing Cusimano, I just know High Council. 3 of them covered by a couple.
Annoying when you just doesn't quite look at that. It came down
running downhill for home. They've got 4
one place in front of me.
And Sizing Cusimano still
that's really frustrating when
in
that
front.
happens.
He's got both I Just Know and High Council at it now. Second and third. Almanar in fourth. Hasn't dropped any further away.
Sucker.
On in snatches pretty much from flag 4, but he's clinging on in there in fourth in the blue and white.
Now we want to
Sizing Cusimano
and there you go.
At the fourth last. Jumping
lovely job.
High Council now giving chase.
And you can see if you look at that price, what I've done, I literally...
to have run his race. Almanar's moved into third.
Well, it did come a bit below me, but I got in as pretty low as I could do.
At the open ditch,
that's
a spring heel
anyway, let's move on.
5 clear of High Council.
Almanar in second position. Teston and Maydania towards
looks like there's not a lot of money to get out against here. Look.
I'm out of here, man.
Flinders is there as well. Astro King trying to get into contention as well as now the white cap of Real World has gone to the front on the far side. He's clear.
I'm out of here, man.
Oh, can we get out for? Just close me off.
Sucker.
So that's me done.
Introducing Geeks Toy trading software, the fastest, most customizable and most popular software for betting and trading on Betfair and BetDAC. Designed by professional traders for you. Key features include unlimited desktop settings and the ability to create custom profiles to suit every user's needs. Unbeatable speed, real-time prices and one-click betting. Unique management of multiple markets. You can bet or trade on multiple sporting events simultaneously. Support for 8 languages. Context-driven help on every window. Dutching and bookmaking, training mode, advanced charting, enhanced navigation, support for Betfair coupons, stop loss and more. Geeks Toy, possibly the best Betfair and BetDAC trading software in the world.